Now, the Queen is due to attend church this morning after missing the past two services due to a heavy cold. And of course, Her Majesty left London to spend Christmas in Sandringham a day late after coming down with that heavy cold. And she's not since been to church, missing both the Christmas Day and New Year's Day services. Well, Kate Williams is a royal author and a historian, and she joins us live in the studio. Very good morning to you. We know, of course, because the Queen has always decided to wear very prominent, brightly coloured dresses, that being seen is a very important part of her role as a monarch. So if she could go to church today, if she was feeling well enough, we know she absolutely would, wouldn't she?
Yes, you're right, Isabel. Being seen is so important to her. There really are two key tenets of her approach to monarchy. Number one is political neutrality, and number one is being seen. So she's doing constant engagements, huge amounts of engagements, and being seen going to church at Christmas and New Year is really very important to her. It's a period in which otherwise she tends to stay away, concentrate on family, be in Sandringham, and the two times she's out for public occasion is particularly at the New Year and also the Christmas service. So it is, I think, obviously she was bitterly disappointed that she can't have attended on Christmas Day in particular, and she'll do everything that she can to get to the service today.
And there is a sense amongst the media in this country, but particularly from overseas, they're sort of waiting with bated breath to see the Queen because everybody wants to know that she's okay. But we have to remind ourselves, goodness me, 2016, what a year for her. Of course, all of her celebrations for her birthday. It's not surprising she's taking her time to recuperate, is it?
Well, yes, and the whole country seems to have norovirus or some kind of cold. I mean, everyone is ill, it seems to me, and certainly the Queen, normally she has this incredible health. She barely misses an engagement. A couple of times when she was heavily pregnant, she missed the opening of Parliament. She's incredibly healthy. She's so strong, and I think that's why we expect her to be this non-stop superwoman, really, always well. So the fact that she does fall prey to a cold is quite surprising when you think that in the 2012 Diamond Jubilee, outside on that rather chilly barge, she didn't get a cold after that. The Duke of Edinburgh had a slight infection, and she only got a small cold. It shows how good her health is. So I think it is a surprise for us. But as you say, a big year last year, a big year with all the 90th birthdays, state visits, but also a big year politically. Brexit, she doesn't interfere in politics, but she keeps up with it, and she sees it as a key role of hers to know what's going on. So Brexit and the American elections would have been something that she followed closely and be very important to her. So it was a very, very busy and exhausting year.
And give us an insight into what happens behind closed doors when a monarch is ill. Obviously, they have their own special medical team that sort of tend to them. And we're only talking about a heavy cold here, nothing more serious, not even talking about an infection or pneumonia. But will she be taking advice from them? Although we know, of course, she's very strong-minded and will have her own thoughts on things. You know, will there be a team of people saying, no, Your Majesty, you really ought to take it slow?
Well, the Queen is someone who approaches healthy living with the idea of fresh air, exercise, and getting over things. That's very much her spirit. That she was a little girl during the war. She's very much that sort of spirit. So she'll do anything that she can to avoid taking things like antibiotics and all kinds of drugs. But, well, obviously she has her own top team of doctors who see her. But what's very significant, I think, about this illness is that she hasn't been anywhere near a hospital for any kind of tests. So any kind of medical care that she's received has been at home. So that suggests that it is something that is mild but does need proper rest to get over, because she has got this huge year coming up. There's a state visits. We expect probably to see a state visit from President Trump and his First Lady. So there is going to be a lot going on this year. So she does need to be in tip-top health for it. And the engagements are going to start again in earnest in later January. So this is a time, I think, also to recuperate and rest in advance of a very busy and exhausting 2017.
OK, Kate Williams, really good to talk to you as always. Thanks very much indeed.